Señor, habla que tu pueblo escucha. Lord, listen, speak, your people are listening. Amen. We have the story of Jacob and Leah and Rachel. Tenemos la historia de Jacob, Lea y Raquel. La semana pasada también hablamos de esta trama donde Jacob trabaja 7 años para ganarse a Raquel y el suegro le hace un truco y le da a Lea en vez. Last week we were talking about how this plot came about. We have Jacob wanted to marry Rachel. He was in love with her from the time he saw her and the day of the wedding. That father-in-law does a trick, switch, flippity flip, and gives him Leah, the oldest sister. You know, I have a little problem with that, right? Because he didn't tell him before, she can't marry until the other one married, right? But that's another problem I have. Le digo que tengo un problema con esto porque el suegro podía haberle dicho, no, esta no se puede casar, tiene que ser la mayor. Pero no se lo dijo. Pero ese es otro problema que yo estoy molesta con el suegro de Jacob. It's just the problem I have. I'm angry with Jacob's father-in-law. But, you know, I'll take it up with him at some point, I guess. We have Jacob, Leah, and Rachel, right? These are the main people in the story. Tenemos a Jacob, Leah y Raquel, son los protagonistas de esta historia. Leah, first wife, the one he didn't want, right? He was like, you know when you buy shampoo and you have the little envelope that's like a bonus on top of there? That's how she was treated, no? Again, I have all these images because I'm mad here. Le digo yo, ¿tú sabes cuando compran el champú en la tienda? Tiene como un sobrecito que tiene como un sample de una muestra del conditioning. Así estaban tratando a Lea, como si fuera una rimada ahí. But anyway, obviously, Leah felt that Jacob didn't want her because he didn't, right? Lea sentía el rechazo de Jacob porque él no la quería, literalmente. And so, Leah, what did she say? Así que, ¿qué dijo Leah? What did she say? Let me pop some kids, right? If I have some kids, my husband will love me. Yes? Dice Leah, si le doy unos niños, le doy unos hijos, Jacob me va a querer. And did that work out for her? No. Le resultó, doesn't this sound like the telenovelas? ¿No suena como telenovela? Right? And some people that we know, right? If I have a baby, I will keep my husband, right? Si yo le doy un bebé, si le paro un niño, se va a quedar conmigo. We all know that doesn't work. If you're planning on doing that, let me tell you, it doesn't work. Déjenme decirles, lo están tratando de hacer, no funciona. Evítese los problemas. So, Leah has babies. She has a baby and says, names him, the name meaning, now my husband will love me, right? Now I will be loved. Second kid, now my husband will love me, maybe. Third kid, what did she say at the third kid? God has seen my harsh treatment, maybe this time. And then when she has the fourth one, she says, I will worship God. And it says that she stopped giving birth. There's something there, right? Lea tiene un bebé y dice, ay, el Señor ha visto como mi esposo no me quiere y me ha dado amor. Fine. Tiene un segundo, ay, el Señor ha visto y ahora sí mi esposo me quiere. Y el tercer hijo, ay, ahora sí que mi esposo me va a querer. Y el cuarto hijo, ella dice, voy a adorar a Dios. Y ahí paró de tener hijos. Hay algo ahí. There's something there because all of this time she's looking for approval from her husband. Ella está buscando que su esposo la quiera. And God is the one opening her womb. It says it on verse 31 or 32. God is the one opening her womb to show her love. Dios es el que le está dando a ella un niño, mostrándole amor. Dios lo está haciendo. Pero ella recibe el regalo y está pendiente a su esposo. And she receives the present, but she's paying attention to her husband's response. You see what I'm saying? You see the problem here? ¿Ven el problema conmigo? All right, so we have these. Then Rachel, who was the actual wife that Jacob wanted. Are you following me so far? Because I put that up there to help us with the, right? Hopefully it's helpful. So Rachel, even though Jacob loves her, right? Aunque Jacob la ama, Raquel, Rachel is still feeling, what is she feeling? It says it right there, literally. ¿Qué estaba sintiendo? Jealousy. Estaba celosa. Miren, es que, como dice, todo el mundo quiere lo que no tiene, ¿verdad? They say everybody wants what they can't have. That's what they say. You have curly hair, you want straight hair. You have straight, you want curves, ¿verdad? ¿Quieren rizos o como le dicen chinos? ¿Verdad? ¿Quieren, sí? ¿Tiene uno el pelo con chinos? No, y lo quiere así estirado. Y si tiene el pelo estirado, no, que yo quiero chinos. Nadie está contento. Nobody is happy, right? We always want what we can't have. And so even though she had the love that Leah wanted so badly, Rachel wasn't happy. Ella tenía el amor que Leah se moría por tener. Raquel no estaba contenta. And so, I don't think she was dramatic, because I do know that this was important to her, but because I'm preaching, I'm going to say that it was dramatic. No sé si era muy dramática, ¿verdad? Porque pues, esto era importante para ella, pero yo voy a decir que era dramática. Y le dice, I imagine this, give me children or I will die. Right? Le dice, dame hijos o me muero. ¿Verdad que suena como telenovela? I don't know, I never watched them. I just think they sound like that. Like las novelas. No sé, yo no la veo nunca, me cuentan. And so, Jacob's like, fine. Right? What does Rachel do? Clearly, she's not able to have the kids. So what does she do? She grabs her servant. Her servant. You know, let me pause because I want to look at my notes so I don't just keep going. Because I really like this. I'm passionate about this story. Voy a parar un momento para ver dónde estoy porque si no sigo por ahí para abajo. Matter of fact, when Rachel gives Jacob his servant to be like, here, have a baby here. I can't even fathom that. Pero Raquel le da a su sirvienta, ¿verdad? Y le dice, toma, llévatela como esposa y dame hijo. Y ella tiene un hijo y le llama, ¿cómo le llama? Dan. She has the servant has a baby, right? And they name him Dan. And the name means God has judged in my favor, which I just think is hilarious. Raquel, el primer bebé que tiene, lo llama Dan, que significa Dios ha juzgado a mi favor. Y a mí, bueno, voy a seguir para adelante porque esta historia está increíble. Y después tiene otro más y le llaman Neftalí. Ahora he ganado. Tengo la victoria. I'm doing okay, right? Yes. And then, how many kids already had Leah? ¿Cuántos hijos ya tenía Leah? 4. But that wasn't enough, right? Rachel had 2. Well, her servant had 2, right? La sirvienta ya tenía 2. Y Leah quería ganar encima de todo porque Raquel nombró a su hijo, ahora he tenido la victoria, ahora he ganado. Rachel names her son, I have won. So Leah is like, you have not won. So she goes and gives her servant, Zilpah. Así que viene Raquel y le da, Leah, y le da su sirvienta, Zilpah, y también tienen hijos. El nombre que le pone al segundo hijo es Gad, o al primero, y significa qué buena suerte. The name of Leah's servant son is Gad, which means what good luck. There's so much. I wish I could stop with every sentence, but I'm gonna fight that urge. This is one of the main problems I have with this. Esto es uno de los mayores problemas que tengo. These women were using these kids as bargaining chips, right? Estas mujeres estaban usando a estos niños como monedas de cambio, ¿no? Diciendo, ay, si tengo más hijos, me van a querer más. Saying, if I have more children, he's going to love me more. And let me tell you, who's giving these women the children? ¿Quién le está dando hijos a estas mujeres? And who is our gratitude supposed to be towards? ¿A quién supone que ya tengan gratitud? A Dios. God is the one giving the gifts, right? But meanwhile, God is doing this, trying to like be in relationship here. I care for you. I love you. Dios está tratando de decirle, yo te amo, tengo cuidado de ti, but they are looking for that love and affirmation all around them. All around them. When finally Leah has the kids from her servant, she says, I am happy because the women will call me happy. Mind you, when she stopped having her own children, she has said, I will worship God, and her womb closed again. She was done. She had recognized that the gift had come from God. She gave thanks, and she was done. But that wasn't enough, right? Ya cuando Lea tuvo sus hijos y le dio gracias a Dios, ahí su vientre terminó, ya ella terminó de dar a luz. Pero cuando le dio celos de nuevo, pues allá vino ella tratando otra vez de buscar la apreciación y el cariño de Jacob, en vez de estar contenta y darle gracias a Dios por el regalo. We hear today, nowadays, in our lives, not just on TV, but we hear it around, at work, friends, our neighbors. People saying, if I have a kid, then I'll be happy. If I have a child, then I'll be okay. I just want a baby so bad, right? And I am not against having babies, clearly, because I have one of them, ¿verdad? No es que yo tengo problemas con que tengamos niños, porque yo tengo uno también. Pero we can't be using our children as bargaining chips. No podemos estar usando a nuestros niños como si fueran monedas de cambio, cosas que nosotros podemos intercambiar y utilizarlos. Y a veces cuando tenemos problemas con los ex, ¿verdad? El papá de la niña o la mamá de la niña, ¿verdad? Que no estamos juntos ya. Los utilizamos a veces para manipular y para desquitarnos con lo que nos han hecho. And sometimes we do this. We see it. We see our friends around us. We see it at work, where people are mad with their exes, right? The baby mama, right? The baby daddy. And they use those kids to make a point, to take revenge, right? To manipulate. This is not any different than what Leah and Rachel are doing. And I know we like to look at these stories and look up to them, but this is not okay. Yo sé que a nosotros nos gusta ver las historias de la Biblia y admirarlas, pero esto no está bien. No está bien que estemos usando a nuestros niños como objetos. Encima de eso, on top of that, these women were using their servants like things, getting profit from them, right? Getting advantage, social advantages from them, using their wombs as things. Y déjenme decirles, estas mujeres estaban usando a sus sirvientas como cosas. Las estaban usando para manipular, para tener ellos ventaja por encima de las demás. Leah was happy only when everybody else saw her and thought she was happy. Leah solamente estaba contenta cuando ella dijo que las mujeres me estaban viendo y estaban contentas. The same happens today. We do the same thing with migrant workers, for example, right? They're disposable. We see them as expendable. Their worth is really what we can gain from them. Hacemos lo mismo con los trabajadores inmigrantes, ¿verdad? Su valor está en lo que le podamos sacar financieramente. En cuán barato, cuánto poquito yo le puedo pagar para yo tener ganancia, para yo no tener que pagar $1 más por mi café. We do the same thing with migrant workers. Like I said, we are looking at them, paying attention to see how can I do this so that they get paid as little as possible, so that I can pay $1 less for my coffee. We are using people for our advantage. Estamos usando a la gente para nuestra ventaja. The problem is when we see people as things, we manipulate them. Cuando vemos a la gente como si fueran cosas, objetos, los manipulamos. Es fácil manipularlos. Cuando Leah tiene su bebé, le dice, voy a estar feliz porque las mujeres me ven contenta. Porque su felicidad descansaba, se posaba, dependía en lo que las otras personas pensaban de ella. No en el valor que Dios le había dado, ni en el amor que Dios le había dado. Like I said, when Leah's servant had that last baby, she said, I'm happy now because women will call me happy. Because her happiness depended, it rested on what other women thought of her. Never mind God's love, the way that God showed her love. Didn't matter. She wasn't happy until the people around her thought she was happy. In this story, much like sometimes today, jealousy made these women want the blessing that they thought was theirs here and now at the moment that they wanted it. ¿Verdad? En esta historia, los celos hicieron que estas mujeres exigieran su bendición aquí, ahorita mismo, porque yo la quiero y como yo la quiero. Por eso le entregan las sirvientas, right? That's why they gave Jacob their servants. You know, I'm going to pause real quick and say that I am not happy about the fact that I don't hear anything about Jacob. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he's thinking. He's just like, okay, I guess I'm going to take her too. Oh no, you know. No me gusta que no escucho lo que aquí no me dice la Biblia lo que está diciendo Jacob. Jacob va, pues ok, ni modo, sí, no, yo me sacrifico, tráemela. Right? He's like, I'll sacrifice my body, bring her. Okay, so I'm mad at that, let me just say that, but close parenthesis. Ahí cierro el paréntesis. At the beginning of this story, when God gives Leah her first baby, it tells us that she was unloved. So God showed her love by giving her a child. And that was not enough. She wanted more. En el principio de la historia vemos que Dios le da a Lea el bebé para mostrarle el amor. Porque ella dijo, no me aman. Y le dice Dios, yo sí te amo. Aquí hay un niño para mostrármelo. Pero a ella no le fue suficiente. El amor de Dios no le fue suficiente y ella quería más. God's love was not enough for her, and I feel sorry for her. She wanted Jacob's love, a man's love, over God's love. Esta mujer quería el amor de un hombre por encima del amor de Dios. Let me tell you, church, we, not you, we have to stop looking for love and affirmation on people, from people. We have to stop looking at my worth depending on what my sister or my brother says about me. Les quiero decir algo, nosotros, no ustedes, nosotros y nosotras tenemos que parar de buscar nuestra afirmación, nuestro valor en lo que dice la otra gente de nosotros. Tenemos que parar, we have to stop, because God's love is enough. Porque el amor de Dios es suficiente. Y si nosotros nos sentimos que no es, tenemos que luchar y orar en contra de eso. And if we feel that it's not enough, we have to pray and fight that. That is not of God. Eso no es de Dios. I want to say one more thing about this. Quiero decir una cosita más. El valor de la gente en este tiempo, en esta historia, estaba siendo reducido a una función biológica. Esto es un buen momento para hablar de una forma en que nosotros nos tratamos a algunas personas. I want to take a quick moment and say that people's worth in this story, and others, but this one, is reduced to a biological function. You see what I'm saying? And this is a great moment to talk about something that happens to women. I'm sure it happens to some men, but I'm not a man, so I'm going to talk about women. Yo sé que esto pasa con las mujeres. Yo no soy hombre, así que si les pasa, pues alguien más tiene que hablar. Un hombre que venga y lo diga otro día. Pero I'm telling you today about women. We like to ask women, especially if they're married, we like to say, so when are you having babies? Right? Cuando vemos a una mujer casada, usualmente le gusta decir, bueno, ¿cuándo vas a tener bebés? ¿Verdad? Y yo sé que no lo decimos de mala gana. I know we're not doing it because we don't like people. You know, it's a comment, right? Es un comentario que le decimos. Pero we have to be careful because sometimes with our comments like that, we make people feel like their worth, their sole purpose is to have a baby. And then if people don't get that baby, they feel this way because we have taught them that your worth isn't having a baby. And on top of this, we also do it that way when the babies are not biological. When the kids that they have, they didn't have them in their bodies. We do that too. We're like, well, you know, that was adopted. That came later in life. Right?
Yes.
Y sin querer, yo sé que es sin querer, reducimos a una persona a su función biológica. Después las mujeres, si no pueden tener hijos, se sienten así. El Señor no me quiere, no soy amada porque no tengo hijos. And that messes somebody up.
It hurts.
It hurts. Duele. Let me tell you why. Couple of things. Maybe this person cannot have children. A lo mejor no puede tener hijos. A lo mejor tiene una condición física y no puede tener hijos. Maybe she has a physical condition or situation that doesn't allow her to have children. But maybe she doesn't want to have children. Pero quizás no quiere tener hijos. Y no puedo decir que es menos o se está privando de algo si no tiene hijos, porque estoy reduciendo a la persona a su función biológica. And it's not okay for me to say, well, you're missing out, or you have to have it. How come? I have had this happen to me. How come? Oh, no, you gotta. It's good, I promise. You don't know. We don't know, and we have to be careful because we are reducing people to that biological function. There's other things. It's not just when women want and they don't have it, or they can't, or if they don't want it. Sometimes they didn't get married or didn't have a partner early on. Sometimes they can't afford it. Aren't children expensive?
Amen.
Voy a decirlo en español por si acaso. A veces la gente no puede afford it. ¿Cómo se dice? Los niños son muy caros, ¿no? No puede mantenerse ni a sí mismo, no va a tener un bebé. Los hijos no son caros, ¿verdad? No cuestan nada los hijos, son baratos. Yeah. Is your child cheap? Because mine is not. Listen, from the hospital bill to any other bill, they are not expensive. But the bottom line is, it is not our decision to make. And that is not the only thing that gives worth to a person. That's not the thing that gives worth to a person. El punto es que eso es una decisión privada y personal. Y no es lo que le da valor a una persona. We don't know what people are going through. We don't know the prayers of their hearts. We just have to be careful. Solo tenemos que tener cuidado. And even if we're not talking about children, right? Aunque no estemos hablando de hijos e hijas, I want to tell you, church, and look at me and listen to me. Míreme y escúchame lo que le voy a decir. You are not worth what you have. Okay? Su valor no está en lo que usted tiene. Your worth does not rest on what you have. It's not a cause and effect. It's not a formula that says things equals worth. Okay? No es una ecuación que dice posesiones es igual al valor. That's not, do not listen to that. Do not believe it, because the media and our society tell us that. Right? La sociedad, nuestros medios de comunicación nos dicen eso. Lo que tienes es lo que te da. As good as you look is as much as you're worth. Right? Moreover, your worth is not determined by the people around you. Aún más, su valor no es determinado por la gente que está a su alrededor. Yo sé que nosotros decimos, dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres. Porque Jesús pasaba tiempo con los pecadores, con los corruptos. Y entonces quiere decir que Jesús era corrupto. In Spanish we have a saying, somebody try to help me, tell me who you're walking with and I'll tell you who you are. That's a saying we have in Spanish, right? And the problem with that is, Jesus was hanging out with sinners, wasn't he? Jesus was hanging out with corrupt people. So does that mean that Jesus was corrupt? No. The people around you do not dictate your worth. La gente a su alrededor no dicta su valor. God is calling you, God is calling me to stop seeking approval in the wrong places. Dios te está llamando a ti y a mí a dejar, a parar de buscar valor en el lugar equivocado. Did you hear me? You're awful quiet. ¿Me escucharon? Están calladitos. When Leah and Rachel gave Jacob their servants, they were trying to force God's blessing into their lives. They were trying to make it fit because they wanted it. Period. Cuando Raquel y Lea le dieron las sirvientas, ellas estaban tratando de forzarlas en sus vidas. Yo lo quiero aquí, ahora, pronto, punto. How did that work out for them? We'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. God's blessings cannot be forced. Las bendiciones de Dios no pueden ser forzadas. No pueden ser, como nosotros decimos en Puerto Rico, a pujones. Las bendiciones son de Dios para darlas cuando Dios quiere. Blessings are from God to be given when God wants to, or when they happen. We'll talk about that some other day. God is constantly showing you love. God is constantly showing you care. All you have to do is look for it. Pay attention. Dios está mostrándote su amor todo el tiempo. El amor de Dios es visible en todo lugar a nuestro alrededor. Todo lo que tenemos que hacer es pausar, prestar atención y reconocerlo. You don't need people's approval. God's love is enough. No necesitas la aprobación de nadie. El amor de Dios es suficiente. Amen.